Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about special products and how to answer them. So what are special products? Special products are like a shortcut way of answering polynomials. So yeah. We'll be doing a recap of what a polynomial is. So the quantity of t plus c. So c and t are called terms. They are separated by a sign. It's either negative or positive. In this case, we did positive. And t is called the first term, and c is called the second term. So let's get started. We'll start with the easy one, called the product of sum and difference. So we'll be using the example of the quantity of t plus 1 and the quantity of t minus 1. So you're going to square the first term, separated by a negative sign because negative and positive together are negative, and you're going to square the second term. So t squared minus 1 times 1 equals to 1, so that's why it's 1. So we have our final answer. Next, we'll be doing a harder question, and we'll be using the example of the quantity of 3a plus 2b. So we'll be doing the same thing on the other side, but with an opposite sign, or negative sign. Oh, excuse me. So we're gonna be squaring the first term, separated by a negative sign, and we're going to square the last term. Three times 3 is equals to 9. Then a squared. Then copy the negative sign. 2 times 2 is equals to 4. And b squared. So that is our final answer. Next, we'll be squaring a binomial. So squaring a binomial is easy if you remember how to answer it, or if you remember the pattern. So we'll get started shortly after I erase this. So we'll be using the example of the quantity of x plus 1 squared. So what you're gonna do is you're going to square the first term, and the product of the first term and the second term, which is x and 1, you're going to multiply it twice. Then next is we're going to square the last term, which is 1. Then let's answer. So it's going to be x squared plus x times 1 equals to x times 2 is equals to 2. So that's why we answered 2x. 1 times 1 is equals to 1, so that's why we answered 1. Then we have our final answer. Let's move on to a harder question. So the quantity of 3x plus 6 squared. So remember, we have to square the first term. Then the product of the first and second, which is 3x and 6, you're going to multiply it twice. And lastly, you're going to square the last term, which in this case is 6. So we're going to answer. 3 times 3 is equals to 9, then x squared, plus 3x times 6 is equals to 18, times 2 is equals to 36. And don't forget the x. Last but not the least, we're going to multiply 6 by itself 2 times. So 6 times 6 is equals to 36. Then we have our final answer. Next, we're going to be doing square of trinomial. For me, this is very easy, but it's kind of a long process. So we'll be using the example of the quantity of a plus b plus c squared. So we're going to square all of the terms. So square a for a square plus b square plus c square. Then you're going to find the product of a and b. You're going to multiply that twice. Remember to first simplify the ones with the parentheses. So next we're going to find the product of b and c. You're going to multiply that twice, and a and c, you're going to multiply that twice as well. So let's get answering. So the answer would be a squared plus b squared plus c squared, then 2ab and 2bc and 2ac. And that is our final answer. Feel free to check your answers for any mistakes, and if you missed any exponent or variable. Next, we're going to be doing the hard one, which is hard one for me, I think. So the cube of binomial. But if you get it, it's going to be easy. So for example, the quantity of x plus 1 cube. So first you're going to cube the first term, and next is the product of x and 1, but the first term is going to be cubed. Then you're going to multiply it thrice. You do the same thing on the other side, but the cube is going to be on the second term this time. Then lastly, you're going to square the last term. Cube the last term. So when you answer that, that would be x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x. Oh, but without the cube, because the cube is on, the square is on the 1 this time. Then 3 times 3, 1 times 1 times 1 is equals to 1. So that's why our answer is 1. So that would be our final answer. Next, we're gonna be doing another example. So we're gonna be using the example of the quantity of 2a plus 3b cubed. So cube the first term, like I said, and plus, then 3, then 2a squared, then 3b. Do the same thing on the other side, but move the squared to the second term. Then lastly, cube the last term. Then we answer. So 2 times 2 times 2, that would be 8. So we're gonna write it over there to ensure our final answer. Then a cubed plus 2 times 2 is equals to 4, and then times 3, that would be 12. We got our 3 over there at 3b. Then we're going to multiply 12 by 3 again, because we got the 3 from over there. So that would be 36. Please don't forget the variable and exponents, because if you forget even one of those, your answer would be incorrect. So next, you're going to multiply 3 2 times, so that would be 9. Then you're going to multiply 9 by 2. We got the 2 over there, so that would be 18. Then 18, we're going to multiply that by 3. So we got the 3 from over there, and that would be equals to 54. So I'm just gonna write there 54 AB, and the square doesn't fit, so I may need to erase this. Then squared. Then lastly, you're going to multiply 3 by itself 3 times. So 3 times 3 times 3 would be equals to 27. Then b cubed. Then we have our final answer. Yay! So these are special products. So I hope this tutorial helped you in your studies and made it a lot easier for you to answer math. And thanks for watching. Bye!